Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with a new episode, our recap and review of the Challenge World Championship. This is episode 12, the final of this season, and I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. Hold on. Yeah. And yeah, I am glad they didn't do 2 episodes because I didn't want it to be too long. I'm glad it just was, it was in and out. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like the challenge.
Yeah, like I said last week, the episode was only one episode because it was a major blowout, and for the most part, it was a blowout.
It was.
So
This
let's get into it.
When we first get started with this episode, we have the all the competitors meeting on a like kind of spooky looking train station. They were being very dramatic, very theatrical with this final. I was like, they even had TJ in like a costume or like a train conductor thing happening.
Yeah, they rented out the whole train one, and then they even added the Fear Express on top, which I know is some money. So the challenge got coin, but I was just like, when they called it the Fear Express, I thought they would have to like walk through the carts.
That didn't even pan out.
Would be like a fear that they had, or like like they said in their documents that I'm scared of heights, or like I'm scared of bugs, and then they just have a full cart of roaches crawling everywhere. Like that's what I thought it was gonna be given. This was like, come on.
That didn't even pan out to be anything because Troy was like, I'm more concerned that the train says Fear Express. That didn't even mean anything. I mean, yeah, I didn't see anything maybe like the sleep part, maybe, but it wasn't anything like scary that would. That I don't know.
AJ lets them know that the first challenge is called Loops of Hell, where the teams are going to be completing essentially that 4 loops of 4 miles, and each mile after they do a loop, they have to complete a checkpoint. There's 4 checkpoints, and then from there, that was pretty much it. So off the jump, Cass and Jordan are in the lead, and then after 10 minutes, Cass is already yelling cramps and pain, and Jordan, he's trying to encourage her, so I give him that, but he also is like very much Jordan and being like, you're not stopping, let's go, like yell it out if you have to, but you need to keep moving, like keep moving. And then Tori and Danny kind of overtake them, but not too long. And then Troy and Casey also are showing to be somewhat of a good team, even after the hall brawl that they had.
Yeah, with this loops, the loop section of this, and the 4 checkpoints that they have to do to get through. I think Troy and KC, I don't know if it was a strategy, but at one point, I think they could have actually been the ones that were in the lead, but because the way they did it really smart. Again, I don't know if it was like a strategy or if it just happened that way, but once towards the end of it, when Danny and Tori and Kaz and Jordan, they actually, over, like they were stuck at the same
I don't know how that happened. Like that's what I was looking at.
Because it depends on which ones you pick. You get to pick
Yeah, it was the order
of which they picked. Was there. I feel like for some of it, Tori and Danny was there while Jordan and like
they were sitting there waiting on their turn.
Yeah, but because Troy and Casey picked, I think, kind of one of the hardest ones first. That was smart, because if they could have gotten that done maybe a little bit faster, they really could have gotten in front of everybody with that one. And even then, they still managed to get in front of some people. They still finished second when people were passing them.
Yeah. So before we get into the actual checkpoints, we do get our first injury where Theo rolls his ankle on his Anissa tip. And so like we were saying, that I really just hate this for Theo, because pretty much after this, it was a wrap. I hate this for Theo. I hate that he came on the season after we waited so long for him to be back, and this is what he gave. I mean, no confessionals, no real challenge wins, no elimination, just
he was just there. He was just there for a vacation. He got some free food. He got to sleep in a nice long twin bed. He got to the end barely did any politicking, barely did anything like that, barely even really did anything in the challenges. Like you said, didn't touch an elimination. Got to the final. We're not even 30, an hour, the overnight portion. 10 minutes, my guy. He didn't make it 4 miles. He didn't even make it 4 miles before he sat there and twisted. Now, look, I get it. I get it. It happens. It's a freak accident. It happens. But you telling me you worked hard all season, worked hard, and you got that far to just catch a flat tire, basically? That's crazy.
Yeah. So he attempts to push through the final. Then we get to the first checkpoint. Troy and Casey get there first. They get to choose which one they want to do. They do wait for it. Was basically the one of the games they played in the qualifiers. So Troy was like, I already know it. Let's do it. And basically they have to arrange the pieces shortest from lightest to heaviest.
Lightest to heaviest, yeah.
And then next we see Tori and Danny get to the checkpoint second. They do throwing shade, which basically they have to throw 3 bolts into the opposite end of the field, I guess, without missing a shot. And then if they miss any, of course, they will have to start over. Tori states that they picked the worst one, but I mean, it was.
I don't think that was the worst one. I didn't think that one was that bad. I really believe that
that was one of the easier
the weight one and the drinking one was the worst ones, and that's why I think that picking them first was the best decision.
And plus with the weight one, it takes more time. So get the ones that's going to take, definitely the eating one too. Like that's going to take time. So let's get this out the way first. Definitely the eating one. Let's get that out the way.
And everybody's going to pick that one last, so you won't have no people waiting for it because everybody trying to put it off.
Jordan and Kaz get their third. They do the crack the code, which is a puzzle where they have to basically see which numbers are incorrect or correct. Something of that nature.
I thought that people would have different problems, but
because it was all
they all had the same answer. So I was like, oh, it's the same problem.
I guess they just didn't feel like resetting it after each lap. But I mean, they had time because it's literally 4 miles, so they just waited. So they could have reset and did.
It was the same
or
answer.
they could have just had 4 stations of each and then, color coded that way.
Different
or not necessarily color coded, but,
But at that point, I mean, I would think they will, I don't know, work together is the right thing, but I would say if it's the same chalkboard, I can see what you wrote.
Something. Yeah, that makes sense.
Ain't no way you erased everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ain't got enough time to erase everything. You just gonna try to take off running.
You're not like out there cleaning it with no water, so I could see 0, 4, 2. So I really believe that was a little error maybe on their producer's part.
Yeah. So Theo and Sarah finally get there. They do the 6 smoothie one because that's the only option left. So Jordan and Kaz, they chose the best one for that. They was able to solve it. They're gone.
Yeah, they did. Was Kaz really good at math in the
no
that one challenge? Yeah, so
she got DQ'd.
Yeah, so at first I was a little worried about.
She did both of these math. She did both math challenges well.
But that's what I'm saying. In this final, she did math so good. But when they did
even before this final, I think when she's under pressure, she can't do math. Because the final
math is math, pressure or not.
No, because when they did the math challenge, when the legends were locked up, she was the one doing the math.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
She didn't do good at all.
Yeah.
However, when her and Jordan were sitting in that water,
and they were trying to help Theo and Sarah,
Kaz was the one doing that math, and now this one, Kaz is the one who solved it. So when she's not under pressure or it doesn't matter, she can do math.
I think
it's not when you're locked up, when you got your partner locked up and that's how you got to win, it's one thing. But in the water, she was just chilling. She didn't need to win. In the final, they was already ahead and it's running. So it's Like they could have made up the ground. It wasn't like that much pressure, like as the first one. So
Yeah,
I
she
think
did.
when she's not stressed or in a stressful situation with a lot going on, I think she can perform.
Literally, when they were solving this, I was thinking, oh, okay, Troy and Casey could catch up because I was thinking about when she didn't do good at math. So I was like, they're not gonna get it too quick, and then they got it so quick. I was like, well, Troy and Casey,
So
I don't know what
quick.
to tell you.
Yeah. Get to the final lap where Danny and Tori and Danny and Tori and Cass and Jordan are at the same station. Jordan, so basically Tori and Danny can't start until Jordan and Cass finish, was a stupid rule anyway. But so
I think
Cass
it's a
is like,
smart rule. Measure out your time. What you doing? You
but
got to
if
pay
we can't
attention
see,
around
but
it.
then again, it goes. Then that's why I say it's a flaw in the way they do the system, because it shouldn't be a way they all end up at the same thing. Because it's like, what if all three teams were waiting right there? Now it's like literally, what
Yeah,
now we
that
just gotta sit
is
there.
the way. That means that you all were basically neck and neck, and you didn't go faster than them. They went faster than you. I think it's fine, because if I see that they also look like they not doing that smoothie till last, then I'm gonna do the smoothie. That's what they
But how can
think.
I see if they not there or nobody's telling me? Like you said,
They-
they cleared, they reset everything, so there's no indication that somebody else didn't do the smoothie. Definitely,
Right.
if I'm behind you, it's like, okay, now I just gotta assume you didn't do this, because in my head, okay, maybe they did this, maybe they didn't, whatever the case may be. Still, there's still other checkpoints they have to go through. So it's like,
But the
even if they,
checkpoints are in the same area, so you see what people are doing. Like it's
Yeah,
not
you
like
see what they doing,
none
the
but
of them
if
were
checkpoints are
you,
at the
but
not
if
same.
you're,
throughout.
I don't think any of them was there at the same time.
yeah,
Or
if you're
even if they
far
were, it
behind,
weren't the same two teams.
They
Like
weren't
Tori and
that
Danny
far.
were never there at the same time. I mean,
They
not
weren't.
Tori,
Yes, they
Danny,
were. While they
Cass
were
and
doing the
Jordan.
puzzle, they doing something else. So they were there at the same time. There's no
That
way.
first lap, they were. The first lap, everybody was there at the same time. However, after that, I don't think any of them were there. At least not Jordan and Cass were there to do or see. Well, Tori and Danny weren't there at the same time as Jordan and Cass. So at most, all they know is what Casey and Troy did. So even if they try to like puzzle it out together, it like that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be a point where it's like y'all all are doing like two teams are at the same checkpoint. I don't think that's like it shouldn't be that way.
yeah,
Or they need to have if they see two people waiting, because then it's just like, what are we doing now? I gotta wait for you to finish. Like, bring me another cup out here. Like, let's.
No, that's what makes them bring it
right.
up. Kaz and Jordan, they finished up their smoothie and they solidify themselves in first because they finished all of them first. First of all, I want to say 16 miles is a lot. That is a lot.
Bro, I thought I had to put that into perspective. I'm like, one lap, like 4 laps around a regular track is only a mile. I'm like, I'm doing the math on my head. I'm like, oh no. I couldn't imagine doing that in the woods.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say the woods, desert, and a mountain terrain. Like I got sand, rocks, and trees out the wazoo. Like, baby, bye. Y'all can keep this.
yeah,
TJ, bring me the go kart.
right. But yeah, so 16 miles was already a lot. But yeah, Jordan and Kaz, they finished first. And then, like we said, then as soon as they finished, Danny and Tori get started with drinking their smoothie. But while they were drinking their smoothie, here come Troy and KC, and they're able to fly right on in there in second place, which is good because they were in first place at first. So I was like, take your spot back. Come on, let's do it. But that was the end of end of day one. And then after them, we have Danny and Tori finishing. And at this point, they still didn't know that Theo and Sarah weren't finished, but they were disqualified. So they're told later on.
So after the day one, basically TJ offers the team IVs to replenish their fluids and get any medical attention. Well, it wasn't clear if they got actual medical attention, but he said get medical attention or whatever. But
only one team gets it.
Only one person per team can get that, which is wild. So
that's crazy.
Give me half the bag, you get the other half the bag.
That's crazy.
So Casey, Kaz, and Daniel are the ones to get the replenishment. Plus, they get a bed too, while Jordan, Troy and Tori are sitting on this bench just
I guess
waiting.
they can lay down on the floor, do what you gotta do.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker to lay. I lay down. I can fall asleep anywhere.
Yeah.
So
then
laying on
we
the floor would not have
see-
been a problem.
Yeah. Then we see TJ bring the crew to the next cart where he tells them get dressed. Y'all about to have a dinner because we see all this food and champagne laid out. They got these nice little suits and dresses in the
Yeah.
style of 1920s. And like Tori said, they playing Great Gatsby.
But Susan was suspicious to begin with. Soon as he would have get dressed and do this, I would first of all, I'm asked, is it mandatory?
to eat. Like.
Can I take a plate to my room?
Right.
You know what I mean?
When
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
When I saw that food, I was like, I don't trust this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
I immediately was like,
it was
nope.
one season.
I've never seen them give them food during a challenge that was good that didn't come with some type of
it was literally one
condition
season where they ate and then next thing they know they was like, oh yeah, so this is what y'all gotta do now. Like y'all know they just not giving y'all this plethora of food just to
and then they giving it to you in the middle of the night. You tired, you done ran along, you know you gonna be hungry and sleepy.
Exactly.
Why would you do this to me?
I would have ate a couple of grapes, a cracker or two, and then y'all drinking champagne. Give me some water, please.
Yeah, I assumed I thought of eating. If they gonna do that, I would have been at the table maybe, but I'm clear a little spot because I'm laying right there.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I can lay my head down because I'm tired. I would immediately every final. I assume they're gonna do like make them stay awake. They always try to do that somehow.
They do it every time now.
And so I would assume they're gonna try to make us stay awake somehow. So I'm gonna try to get sleep where I can. And I'm just surprised nobody like thought that.
Yeah, definitely. Like, okay, I'm gonna spend a good 10 minutes. Let me grab some food, and then I'm gonna get on this little corner and on my Cinderella stuff in my own little corner in my own little chair. And better go sleep. But TJ comes back out after they had this feast and let them know that they're not getting no sleep tonight. And on top of that, they have to wear shark collars. And I was like, oh, did the interns test this? Because
they definitely did not test that. I'm pretty sure they did not test that.
I don't
they
think
just threw that shit on there.
Yeah.
So on top of that, he also lets them know. This is the part I got confused on because I thought this was like, I guess they were just like at the end. But basically, since Jordan and Cass were in first place, they were 14 minutes in the lead, so they have an hour of sleep. Second place is Troy and KC. We don't know how far along they were. They get 30 minutes, and then third in place is Daniel and Tori, and they get 15 minutes of sleep. But however, they have to stay awake first. So they all get their shark collars on and stay up for the whole night. So basically, it's a bike ride followed by a foot race, followed by another foot race. So basically, they all set off. And this is where I was like, we already knew. At this point, that's why I be hating about day twos because it's really kind of dry after day one. Like, you know who's winning. And like at this point, it was already set in stone. But yeah, it was cute or whatever. I don't really have too much to say.
Yeah, the just like once you see what's happening, because they won, did they get a head start? They didn't get a head start. So
they didn't get a head start. But
everybody was on level playing field. Yeah, everybody was on level playing field once they got started. So it could have been anybody's race.
That entire 14. Like the first half of the final determining how much sleep you got, I feel like really didn't play any factor into the second half because like you said, everybody started at the same damn level and they kept each other up all night until it was time for them to go to sleep anyway. Yeah. So what was the point of the first part of the goddamn final?
It was the hour of sleep, and just
there was no point in that.
I do like a cumulative thing happening. Like if they didn't do this in this, but I do like if you won first place in the first part, you get 100 points. This is hypothetical. You know what I mean? You get 100 points.
Or
So
you get a
from here,
30
I'm going
minute
to start
head
off.
start,
Yeah,
10-minute head start, or 5-minute head
yeah,
start, whatever
yeah.
the
I think
case
you
may
should get a
be.
head
But
start, even though it still worked out the same way. It could have went a different way. That's what I'm saying. And also
yeah.
that puzzle in the middle. Why? Let's just keep it moving and go.
Right.
Both of those 2 mini checkpoints, I was just like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
guess. So basically, they have to ride the bikes. Jordan and Cass are in the lead. Right behind, like I said, it's literally the same order.
Jordan
Jordan
Cass,
and
Troy,
Cass, Troy, KC. Tori don't
Danny.
know how to ride a bike, and then her and Danny come in third. They get to the puzzle. Cass and Jordan have a little tiff. They are still in first.
Duh.
KC and Troy. KC is breaking down. She's ready to quit. She can't do this. She going through all the feels. We also learned that her and Nani are serious about this family they're trying to start. That's what we're trying to win for.
I
But
do have a comment about the checkpoint. So before they got off the train for the second part, TJ gave them the key or whatever, and I don't know, like they just put the key in, like they just wanted them to have the key to symbolize, like they put it on the thing, and that's it. I thought maybe it was like they needed the, like, because when they picked up, there was just 3 separate keys. I was like, maybe you got to match your key to one of these keys, and what if they picked the wrong one? I don't know, but the
yeah.
key. That's my point, is to say why.
Right.
Yeah, I thought the keys would have more significance because, like,
Yeah.
even Cass, when they got to that up top, or was it Cass or yeah, I think it was Cass. She was like, "Do we just take anyone?" Like,
Yeah, that's, I'm like, do we just take anyone, or do we match
Yeah.
it to the key we got? Why did you give us these keys?
because I would have
Like,
been like that. Like, is it a trick? Like,
I
what
guess
if
the key is at the end, when, like, when you get to the fight, like the finish line, you unlock the box. But
yeah,
it's not like
they
if you
what
pick the
they
wrong
should have
key.
done. If you ever watch anime, you seen Bleach when Ichigo first get his like Zanpakuto, when he's like basic, like first starting Bleach. They have like a Valley of Swords. They should have did that with keys. Like, just have a bunch of different keys,
Just a bunch
shapes,
of shit,
sizes,
just all
everywhere,
over the place.
all over the place. And then they have to like find the key and match it to the trophy or to the next like
Yeah, that
spot,
would have been
like,
good. I thought
and
that
then
was what
just
they
run back and forth
were.
until they find the key. I would have lived.
Moral of the story is, Kaz and Jordan got up to the top of the mountain first, and they were able to secure that win, which is good. This is Kaz's first. I'm still saying this is the main challenge.
Nah, give it 2. Just give it 2. Give it 2. Give it 2.
Yeah. This is Kaz's first main challenge win. This is a main challenge.
Main challenge win, 2nd overall. I give it to her.
Yeah. So this is a main challenge win. It's important, and like we've seen like previously, the UK challenge was really short. This was a full length challenge.
5 episodes.
Playing politics.
5 episodes. That's
Yeah,
still
That's
playing
all you
politics
need is
for
5.
a long period of time. So this is so I'm sure she worked on UK, but this is for a longer period of time. So I would say because you're working longer.
Yeah.
So Jordan and Kaz win, and I think it's deserved. I think if any of them won, I think it would be deserved. So I don't think if anybody won, I wouldn't say anybody it was rigged or gypped or anything.
I agree.
I would have been happy with anybody winning, to be honest, even if it was like Sarah and Theo. I think everybody who got there, I would have been okay with it. I like Theo. Sarah's okay. Danny,
these 3 I think really worked for it more.
No. I totally agree with that though.
Yeah,
I'm just saying I like
Theo.
I just want Theo to win a challenge.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Sarah and Theo winning, but
yeah.
I don't feel like it would have been as deserved as these 3. I feel like these 3 actually are a good, strong 3 that,
Correct.
Yeah.
I said, overall, did y'all like this season, like as a whole, as a complete body of work?
I raised my eyebrows at a couple of points in this. I think
it was better than USA. I think final was better than USA. At least people finished this final.
That part,
Yeah.
yes, but USA, I
Yeah.
just feel like the dynamics was more interesting than
Yeah,
what it was.
you're right. USA dynamics was more interesting. It was new,
Like
fresh.
this season had the pieces to make interesting, like dynamic. Well, like
And they
I
dropped
just
the
feel like
ball.
all the wrong people left too early, so it kind of shifted
There
the
we
whole
go.
season.
I feel like that they had the opportunities to make this challenge a lot more interesting. Like towards the end, it became too predictable to where I'm just watching it just to watch it. I already know 10 minutes into the episode who's going home.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think Grant.
If I had to give it a
needed,
rating, I'd give it like a solid 4.
4. Dang.
I give it a 7.
He'll tell you I'm a harsh critic to everything. I'm a harsh critic to everything. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say 7. You said 4.
That's
you gonna say it was okay to give it 4. That's a fail.
We have our winner, Savon, with 1,262 points. He does have the female winner on his team, so that helped him out with his points. But yeah, overall, the overall winner is Savon this go round. So congrats to you, my guy. Second place, you have me with 414 points. I unfortunately lost Theo, but Tori still came in second place overall. So that was, that's good. And then although she has the male winner, in third place is Gigi with 298.
Wow. That's crazy. That I didn't see coming. That's crazy.
You're on mute.
You're
on mute, Gigi.
Oh, sorry. I said that's not fair. Savon, didn't we verbally agree the winner gets 1,000 points?
I could have sworn we said that.
We said it.
Hey,
hey,
I've already, me, I already had 1,000.
We verbally agreed.
2 G's, you feel me? But them points look like my paycheck, you feel me? I'm fine with it.
Well, thanks, guys, for watching with us. Thank you for following us along on this season of the Challenge World Championship. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought of the video. And also tune into our other videos, our Felicity and our Dawson's Creek videos. And we will see you on our next one. Peace.